Dream Team 718, so welcome. We're ringing in 2021 tonight. Yeah, man. Yes. So this is the season of new year, new me. So I don't agree with that. I never did. Gary can attest to that.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna use this platform and we're gonna start a new one. It's gonna be new day. All right, every day is gonna be an opportunity to start anew.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start a new habit? Hey, let's start today. Don't wait for me. No. Yeah, you want to start exercising? We could start today. and so background of this is that Gary and I used to work at a gym together. And so January was the big sign up. You get the big influx of people signing up for the year. And so the going thing is that, yes, you get the big sign up and then you'll see the drop off when March comes around. Right? So those first 2 months, they're there every day, they're there. And then, February comes, it starts to wane. It starts to wane. Then March comes on, and after a while, you don't see them anymore. And I feel that why wait for a new year to commit to reinventing yourself, right? Why wait for the new year to commit to improving your health? Why wait for the new year to start a new project? Why we wait? A lot of people will be like, okay, it's December 25th. All right, so my New Year's resolution is going to be, I'm going to join the gym. Okay, go join the gym tomorrow. If you're really going to be committed to this, let's do it and start. All right, don't wait for the new year, because a lot of times we realize that these people make these so-called commitments, these New Year commitments, but they're not committed. So I want us to get out of this mentality of, I'm going to wait for this. I'm going to wait for this day. I'm going to wait for that day. Oh, you know what? I'm going to start it on Monday. No. Tomorrow's a new day. Start tomorrow. And it's interesting because I said this to someone once and they're like, why am I trying to, it's like something along the lines like, am I trying to take away people's tradition, because New Year's resolutions are tradition? I'm like, that's not a good tradition to have. If that's your tradition, like,
it's a pretty bad one.
You shouldn't be doing that. So, Gary, I'm going to start with you, because you and I have had this conversation before.
Yes.
And I remember I challenged you one time.
Yes.
Because you were waiting quite some time to do this book. I'm going to keep coming back to this book, bro, because I want you to put it out there.
Yes. Yes. And it's funny you said the book too, by the way. It's funny you said the book, because it was on my mind. I was literally like, I gotta hit my guy up. But yes, Ron. Yes. Oh man. So what's interesting about it is working, literally gyms bank on this. Like, they bank on this. I don't know how they're gonna do it this year, but every year that I've known, you bank on Jan. You can pretty much make a boatload of your yearly goals from January to like February, knowing that many people were going to drop off by March. And I think one of the biggest things that we don't consider about the New Year's resolution, in theory, it's like not a bad thing, but a couple things is happening, right? It's continuing to delay the inevitable, right? So I've struggled with it, and I know some of you guys and Bobby struggle with it as well. When a goal seems unattainable or it seems like massive, we will try to put it off as long as possible, because sometimes getting started is, because we try to, how do you eat an elephant, right? One bit at a time. But the reality is our mind sees the big picture, and literally subconsciously that scares us, if we're honest. Like, I know it scared me many times to even get started on projects, because you're thinking about the whole project when it's like, hey man, type a page. Right. And like stuff like type a page. Like, you're thinking about the book, type a page, right? And as simple as that sounds, sometimes that is the antidote. And I also think one of the biggest, when you talk about the fallacy of the New Year's resolution, is it's a new year, but we oftentimes bring the old self with us into the new year, because we didn't do the inner work the year before.
Yeah, to shed that. So, yeah, we didn't.
Right. We didn't do the inner work the year before to make 2021 or whatever year coming up any different, because we didn't do the inner work. And when you think about it, most of our goals for New Year's, when we do New Year's, are external: losing weight, building better relations, a lot of external goals, right? Which are not bad in themselves, but those external goals are contingent on internal work that we didn't do prior, right? So all we're doing is bringing the old self, the same self, into a new year, expecting different results.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so how about this? I want to work on myself, right?
Mm-hmm.
I recognize that there's work to be done, but I don't know where to start. Right? And with that creates another layer that needs to be peeled away, right?
Yep.
And I know in our last video, we spoke very passionately about asking for help when we need it. But the thing that I remember, one of the things I remember mentioning is that in our community, it is such a taboo, to ask for help, that it creates quite a barrier, right? So I would say, Mike, in your opinion, how do you think we can overcome that?
I mean, definitely asking for help, or at the very least asking others. It's asking for help, asking others, like, either. I would say to ask others, like, how is it that they get past these barriers? Like, those who are productive, are able to get up and make it happen. But I think what's possibly better than that, because what works for them might not work for you, is having others who have been able to look at you and say, well, I'm gonna be real with you. This is the reason that I see. What are your thoughts on that? Like, people that are able to kind of walk with you, not just be like, yeah, you suck in this particular area. Yes, that's.
But you know what? The ironic thing about that is, like, we're very good at that. We're very good at pointing out the fact that, hey, you know what? You're not really good at that. But we don't support them.
Right. You got to be tactful about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, like, for instance, going to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, big taboo. But we know there are people that do it every day. Right. And I'm talking about from CEOs all the way down. Right. There are people that do it every day. But we are so caught up in being judged by the people around us that we don't seek the help. right? So see, so we were talking about inner work, right? We brought up how, working on self, but sometimes working on self is also surrounding yourself with the right people. Because if you're not surrounded with the right people, you're not going to seek the help, because sometimes you're not even aware that their help is out there. We have this community that we've created for ourselves, right? We have this community of support, right? I can literally pick up the phone and call anyone. All right. The only person that don't answer but always calls back is Benjamin. It's true. It's true. If I call Benjamin and he doesn't answer, I guarantee you he will call me back that day. And the first thing be like, "What's up?" Like, okay, you all right? That's but the thing is like, that's across the board with us. Like, the first thing we ask, "You okay?"
Yeah.
Like, good. You need something?
Mm-hmm. That's how you normalize it, though, which is good.
Exactly.
So crazy.
Like, that's how you say it's okay if you're not okay.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, do you need help? Because, like, for instance, I'm gonna put all you guys on blast. Like Gary. Like, I would call Gary, right? And he'll be in the middle of something. Right? And he'll text me back, "Hey man, can't come to the phone right now. I'm in the middle of a meeting." I'll be like, "All right, cool." And the very next thing, like clockwork, I can literally screenshot my messages. Clockwork. Gary, next thing, Gary will be like, "You okay? Family's good?" Like, it's not, I'm busy, I hit you back up later. Very next thing, "You all right? I just want to make sure you're all right. If you're good, all right, we'll talk later. But, I just want to make sure you're all right." Michael called back, be like, "What's up? You all right?" And mind you, he's asking me if I'm all right, but I'm the one calling to do the love. Like, I don't get it. I'm calling like, "Hey, I'm just doing a wellness check," and he's like, "You okay?" Like,
you know what? Why I
ask you if you're okay?
You know why I do that? So I do that for this reason. Because like going to church, being part of that community, I feel like oftentimes like we speak to the elders or we speak to the the pastor, whoever's in leadership, and it's always like, give, like, I need help, I need assistance, tell me about myself. You see things that maybe I can't see, and that's cool to come to them and be able to get that advice from be it them or other people. But I think we get so used to that and bother to ask them like, how are you doing? What's going on with you? So I try to get into a habit of doing that, as opposed to just kind of being like, "Hey, I need help. I'm, flailing." Like, how do I know that you're not flailing internally? And it's just that not that you have to put up a facade, but you have to like compose yourself in order to help me or others. So I try to like, be there for others who are there for me as well. I think it's a practice.
And that's my point. Like, we have been we've held each other accountable to make sure that we have this, right? But not everyone has that.
Yo, Ron, to that point, right? There is, I think one of the biggest challenges, you create the place and space, but then the person, the individual has to choose. So it's a both and, right? It's a both and. We create the platform and we've invited others, right? But if it's, you reach out, you got to grab my hand, like grab my hand. And a lot of people, they have the resources, people are presenting themselves, people are being, and they're not reaching back for a variety of reasons. Like, we're intentional about building with each other, and Mike hit it on the head. We're intentional about building the consistency of us meeting with each other and being intentional. Like if we always flaked on each other, it's not gonna work. Like it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work if we always flake. And even like the weeks where we miss whatever, we make it up. Like we know that we can't go but so long without doing it, right? It's an understanding. And even in that, for some people, it's like maybe they haven't found the right community, you know, they don't have the right, you know, whatever. It could be a number of things. But when present, a lot of people don't reach back. Like, you know, and as the person that reaches out, sometimes that becomes frustrating because you're like, I'm reaching out, but they're not reciprocating. And Mike hit something on the head. I think one of the biggest things you learn in the Christian walk and the faith is like doing life with each other. We call it discipleship, and doing life with each other. It's reciprocal. Doing life with people means walking alongside them through ups and downs, walking alongside them. And many of us, when people want to walk alongside us, we don't allow them to. And I think a lot of times we miss out on the reciprocal blessing that we can be to others and others can be to us because we don't allow people to walk with us. Right? For reasons.
For money reasons. So okay, so Benjamin. Okay, I'm gonna have you assist me, and we're gonna bring it back. All right. You said we need to normalize asking for help. You need to normalize cultivating an environment whereas our mental health is important. We need to normalize an environment whereas the person knows that if they don't work on themselves, no matter what plans, whatever resolutions, whatever commitments they make, they won't see it through because they're still, for lack of a better word, broken. Right? So what are the different ways you think, Ben, that we can normalize just having this, you know?
Well, I mean, to be honest, it's not that simple, right? Just because we're lucky enough to have a support system in a group that is, you know, we genuinely care about each other, right? Some people don't have that. You know, some people don't have, like, I think we have a pretty similar mindset as far as a community. Like, let's try to push each other. Let's try to make sure that everybody is progressing. Everybody is good. Mental health is good. Everything is good. But not a lot of people have that. So I think the first step is really, I mean, of course it starts with you, but you got to make the decision. Okay, cool. If I don't have that in my immediate circle right now, maybe I got to find a new circle. Or maybe I've outgrown my environment where I have to look for another environment that's going to help me progress mentally, you know, help me grow as a person. So I think it starts with really finding your go-to group that won't make you feel inferior or won't make you feel that, oh man, this dude is messing up. Like, you know, who's out there to genuinely give you honest feedback and hold you accountable. And that's the hardest part is finding a group of people you could trust, with knowing that they don't have any motives or any, you know, anything negative, that everything is just positive in the group. So I think the main thing is, if I'm taking inventory myself and I'm like, okay, cool, not this year, today, I want to be a better person. You know, and I need help with a few things. I'm going to look at my circle. Can this person genuinely listen to me and help me? And I'm going to just go through every one of them. And if you can't hopefully you find at least one person. And you start the back and forth, like how we started doing, like every week, phone call, every week, just conversation. And if you can't find that one person, then you got to either
look outside your circle
elsewhere, or just find another circle that will cultivate that.
Yeah.
So but that's so hard though. Like, to be honest, like we're fortunate to have, and Gary pretty much brought everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a given for everyone.
It's not. No, it's not.
It's not. But think about it though. Like me personally, I didn't have this group before. Even with like, Gary or other Mike, you met Greg, and you met, and he's like another person I could talk to, right? I didn't have that before either, before college. But me knowing that I want to improve as a person and I need to surround myself with the right group of people, and just consciously knowing and just seeking those relationships. I think once you say, okay, cool, I want to grow, I want to get help if I need to. Once you start, really, it's going to manifest itself. You're going to find people come into your life that's going to fit the direction that you want to get to. So I think that's the first step, is number one, think about it, just really manifest it to existence. And once you find that group, just take advantage and be appreciative and just roll with it and watch the progress.
The good thing is that one of the ways that we've held each other accountable, it's sometimes, we've done simple phone calls, right? 5-minute phone calls. Hey, you all right? What's going on today? How's your how your project's going? We when we meet, we say, we tell each other like, oh, this week I want to accomplish this. I want to do this. I want to do that. So we're like, okay, fine. All right. I'm going to check in on you and make sure that you're still on that path, right? And it works for us. And it helps motivate us, helps keep us, because even myself, I get on Gary, but I'm not knocking it out of the park every week. There's I don't know if you guys remember, in like September into October, bro, I didn't put out now one video because I couldn't find the time to edit the one that I already had.
I'm seeing multiple videos now, bro. I'm just saying, just throwing it out there.
So yeah, man, but the thing is that every week I just got a phone call or we came on and I'm like, hey man, listen. And I up front, I'm like, listen, man, I didn't do it, not this week. I want to. I'm gonna keep working at it until I get it done. And we kept working. We kept working on ourselves. And we're constantly evolving. We're always evolving, right? But I worry about, like Benjamin said, for the people that don't have this. And I keep saying I value mental health so much. And for the people that don't have this, I'm like, how they're managing. Like for instance, like if we didn't have this, I probably would have lost my mind this year. No, last year. Right? I would have lost my mind. And for the people who are outgoing, relational, they're, for the people who are, they're always doing something, they're always going out there doing what they have to do. For them to have to quarantine, like how did that affect them? And how did they manage it? Because like you said, some people, they're so used to doing everything themselves. Some of them don't know how to rely on someone else. Some of them don't know how to ask for the help that they need because they're so used to, oh, you know what? If I want something done right, I'm just going to do it myself. It doesn't always work. Like I did that. I'm like, oh, I want to edit videos. I'm going to do it myself. And then I had to pick up the phone and call Ben and ask him how to do something. You know, I couldn't do it myself. I can't do it all by myself.
Yo, Ron, you just hit on something that's super crucial. I don't even know if you know if you said it. Like, there's a fallacy in like the one man band, right? There's a fallacy in the Lone Ranger, and culturally as Americans, we thrive on that. Like, we celebrate the Lone Ranger. We celebrate the one man army, the dude that goes into a room by himself, the Rambos, and
just airs everything out.
He airs everything out, everybody by itself. And the reality of the matter is, that's why they still have the army, the military, right? they do tactical team training. You know, it's called SWAT team, right? Like major,
not SWAT person.
issues. SWAT guy, you know, SWAT, yeah, right? It's a SWAT team, you know, and that's another fallacy we have to address. Like, yo, man, like, you hear songs about like it was just me, it was all me, and I'm like, it's never all you, bro. It's never all you, ever. It never was. It never was.
You know, like we definitely need to go back to understanding that it takes a village, right?
Yeah.
And the person that I am today, I have a better understanding of what my village is, or who is part of my village, right? But you know what? It's a good thing we brought this up. I think one of the things we need to, as a group, discuss is how we're going to reach those people that needs to understand that it's okay. Just, you know, it's okay. It's okay to wake up in the morning and be like, bro, I'm not feeling it today. I'm not in the mood. It's okay. We're human beings, right? You're not gonna wake up every day and be you know, you're not gonna be Superman every day. You know, you're not gonna feel like interacting every day. But the flip side of that is that we also need to take time for ourselves, right? And I guess I'll close it out by saying this. Yes, we need to normalize the idea that it's okay to ask for help. We need to normalize the idea of having a group of people just to talk to. You know, we need to normalize people just saying it's okay. You know, it's okay not to be perfect. It's absolutely okay. You know, I recall early in the year, they were saying, oh, COVID is the best time to be an entrepreneur. You know, if you didn't write your book during COVID, you're some horrible person. You know, if you didn't start a business during COVID, you got to be the laziest person out of. You're like, bro, I got 3 kids and a job.
And what about like your mental state? Like,
you know,
did a number.
You know, it's okay to wake up every day and go to work and come home and spend time with your family. That's okay. You know, it's okay to be a stay-at-home mother. It's okay to be a stay-at-home dad. Why?
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Your kids need you.
You
know, it's all okay.
Yeah.
All right. And we need to stop putting these constructs onto ourselves. You know, you know, I'm gonna do it for New Year's. Oh, you know, I'm gonna do it on Monday. Or, you know, I don't want to be judged by my peers. So I'm just going to internalize it and be the tough guy. No, we need to do away with these things. Right? And we need, like, yeah, we literally just need to normalize new day, new me. Mm-hmm. This is the new me today. I'm going to start today. All right.
It's funny that you mentioned that. I like that just because, you know, on Instagram, January 1st, oh, new year, new me. I'm like, no, bro.
I'm cutting off this person.
It's you.
Prove me wrong. You know, because if you really wanted to be in shape, whatever your goal is, right? You wanted to financial freedom, be in shape, improving your mental health. If you really wanted to do that, why would you like start when you thought about it?
Yeah.
You know, exactly. It's not like a magic portal where it's like, oh, January, now you're miraculously have all the answers and you're miraculously motivated.
You know, it is like, so 12 a.m. January 1st, a switch just flicks on and it's going to be like.
That's what people think. But Gary's absolutely right, though. It's more of your own fear.
Yeah.
That's why you're postponing it. That's why, I want to lose whatever weight today. I'm gonna wait just because you're scared of the process. Like I know you guys are familiar with Eric Thomas.
Yep.
You know, he always mentions when you talk about something, it's sexy to talk about it. You know, it's sexy to talk about, oh, I'm a beast. And he always says it. He's like, everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like everybody wants to be a lion, everybody wants to be a wolf, but when it's time to hunt, not everybody wants to do that. They want the idea. They don't want the process, which gives you the result.
With the idea, and a lot of people don't understand what it takes to get there.
I don't appreciate your comment for me. I just want to say that right now. I don't appreciate
it. And I went through that personally too, especially with one of my goals was initially you know, just start getting back to investing, right? And I always made an excuse. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep saving up until I hit this amount of money, and then I'm gonna start. And then I'm thinking like, I'm gonna do it now. So that's what we need to do.
Yeah.
Basically, man. So yeah, new day, new me.
That's it.
Let's do it. All right, fellas. Appreciate it.